Hi there. Today's Tiny Tuesday painting is this sweet little bouquet of flowers. Our June theme is Farmers Market Finds, and I'll just show you close up here a little bit. We've got pen details. It's very simple, and I hope you have fun with it. So let's get started. I'm going to bring in just a piece of scrap paper. We're not doing a sketch today for a painting, but I'm just going to show you basically the shape that we're doing because I just feel like it's going to help somebody out there whose brain might work the same way mine does. So we're going to do a basic triangle. This is generally what we're doing, okay? Stick with me here. And then a little diagonal line and another diagonal line. So it kind of looks like there's another triangle back there. That's the basic shape. But what we're going to do with our paintbrush is we're going to do this same general triangular shape, but make it a little wonky because it's going to be that kind of floral paper. And we are also going to be tying it. We're going to add a bow so it looks like it's all tied together and bunched up. So do you see that? They're basically the same, just a little bit wonky, and then we will add our bow here. I won't go through the whole thing, but you get the idea. So let's get our paints out. And I'll be using my Liang paints like I've been using so far for the whole Tiny Tuesday series in 2026. And I'm starting with the color Burned Brown, and I've diluted it with water, and I'm just going to start with painting in our little wonky triangle. I don't know about you, but it's helpful for me to just kind of imagine shapes, and then it just feels like everything's easier that way. Okay, so just going to get more water on my brush because I want this to be a nice light brown, just kind of like the floral paper or the craft paper that you are familiar with, I imagine. And I'm just moving that around. I've wiped my brush on the towel as well because there was just a little bit too much water. So I'm drying my brush off and then just soaking up some of that water. And one little more on the tip there. Okay. And then before we paint in our other little lines, I am going to let that dry completely. And once that's completely dry, you can go ahead and start the other little wonky line. And there's no precision to this, so just paint it, have fun. If it's extra wonky, that just means the paper, is bending in a different direction for your flowers than it did for mine. It's all good. So just going to paint that section in, and I'll be tweaking them both a little bit just for some color variation. I am going to dry my brush off again on my towel and just kind of soak up some of that color because it's better to start light than dark. You can always add more color later. So I'm just kind of soaking up some of that water and color. And now I've got the burned brown on my brush with less water because I want it to look like a little shadow where that paper folds over on itself. Hopefully you can see that coming together here. Are you a farmer's market person? I have a friend who has a booth at the farmer's market and she does florals, and she actually does a flower bar. And so she's got all these different flowers and you can come in and make your own bouquet. It's the cutest thing. It's called Stems in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Anyway, all right, just kind of blended that in a little bit. And now once that's dry, I am actually dipping into a color that looks like I've never used it, which is very possible. And it's just called Magenta in my set. And I'm showing you here by adding water how much lighter I'm going to make it. My idea was just kind of have a pink and yellow bouquet. So we are going to cover up the paper here because I'm going to do some splatter here eventually. And I am going to start with my yellow because, did you see how I was almost going to splatter? But I'm going to show you a couple ways. I am going to intentionally just put a few little dots in here, and then I'm going to splatter. The splatter is fun because it just kind of helps fill in the space with just kind of like the different hints of flowers. By the way, this is a size 2 brush I'm switching to. I had been using my size 6 prior to that. And just with those dots that I painted in, I am going to just do a very loose, whimsical flower shape on each of those 3 dots. But if you didn't want to do the intentional ones, the fun thing about the splatter is that it tells you where your flowers are going to go. I was being a little bit more intentional with this one in placing them where I did. So you can also take some of the splatters and make those into bigger flowers, or do what I'm doing, which is just leave them as the splatter. And we can darken them up if they're too light, whatever you'd like. All right, that's just going to be the gist of my first little yellow flowers. I think they're cute. What do you think? Yeah. And yeah, looks incomplete, but we're gonna keep working on it. Now, this is completely dry. I'm bending my paper back because I used my heat tool, which always kind of makes my paper curl up a little bit. All right, covering that brown paper up again. And now I've got my magenta on here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm being somewhat intentional with this. I'm kind of thinking about composition, trying not to overthink it, but gonna just add those and then add my splatter as well. You can you don't have to cover the brown if you don't want. To me it looks better if the bouquet just kind of stays up. All right, and then with these I'm just kind of smushing the shape of a flower, okay? Just moving that color out into kind of a circular-ish wonky shape. And doing that here, and then just want to like look back and just kind of step back a little bit and think, do I is that good for now? Is that a good composition for now? It's looking kind of cute, looking a little too triangular for me. So I'm just going to add a few little hints of more pink flowers in here. So just play with it. You can't go wrong. It's a bouquet of flowers, you know? It's just have fun with it, see what looks cute to you, and just go with it. And I think I like how that's looking so far. But while everything is still wet, I'm just coming in with some more of the same magenta and darkening up some of the areas of these flowers. I end up darkening it up way too much, but that's okay. Kind of wish I would have just left them the light pink and let them dry, but you know, this is what you get for watching me practice. I didn't get any practice pieces done this week, and so this is it. This is my first shot at this. So now I've let everything dry and I'm coming back in with the darker color, and you'll see me somewhat flounder with these flowers, but I'm not really floundering. I'm just playing and not liking what I'm seeing. And so then I'm just gonna tweak it until I do like what I see. That's kind of what we do, you know? The more we play and practice, just the more comfortable we're gonna feel and better we'll get. And when I say the better we'll get, that is subjective because some people might think, oh, I'm gonna get technically better. Like, oh, my shapes are better and everything is in proportion and everything's very precise. To me, getting better is loosening up and just being more playful and whimsical. There are two artists in my life, in my family actually, who are very good. They're very precise, they're very realistic, and they find it very difficult to loosen up. And sometimes they wish they could loosen up more, even though it drives them nuts because they want to be precise. So again, it's subjective. All right, I'm just coming back in on these yellow guys. After the red ones, the magenta ones are dry because if I were to put this yellow layer on and it touched the red, everything's just going to turn orange. So make sure everything's dry. And then speaking of orange, I've decided to bring in some cadmium orange. Did I tell you my yellow is cadmium yellow? I don't know. All right, so now I'm going to let everything dry and bring in my greens. So this is just a yellow green, and I'm going to use that kind of as the background, and then I'll add a layer on top of that. This is tree green, and I like it well enough, but I want it to be just a little bit of a deeper color. So I'm going to take the complement of green on the color wheel, which is red, and I'm just going to add a little bit until I like what I see. It's going to make it kind of an olive green to start with, and it's too olivey for me. So what you do, just add some more green. If you don't like this, I don't like that color. I think it looks like baby food, you know, like peas. Anyway, and so I'm just going to add some more green until it is the shade that I want it to be for my stems. And it's getting there. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks good. All right, again, everything is dry now, so nothing's going to run together. And I have got the yellow green back on my brush. I think I've switched back to my size 6. I don't really know why because I'm going in very small spaces. The size of brush you use is really a personal choice. I mean, you would think it's common sense, like my brain would say, I should get a smaller brush out for this, but my brain really just likes to stick with what's in my hand, to be honest. All right, so just filling in the little white spaces, most of them. You don't have to fill them all in. And putting a little bit out here as well, yellow, green, that's just going to be kind of the base. Letting that dry, and now I've got my size 2 brush for sure. And I'm coming in with the darker green that I mixed up and doing the stems. These do not have to be precise, even though look how careful I'm being. When I look at this now after the fact, I'm like, why am I taking so long? I could have just done zip, 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 just a few lines. It's okay. But you know, again, I didn't practice, and so I'm kind of just being careful and thinking, oh, am I going to like this? Is this going to look right? And whatever. Again, I have a long way to go to completely loosen up, but for now, I'm trying to make it look good for you guys too, so you even want to paint. So there's a little bit more of a nuance here when I'm doing videos because I can't just play. I have to like think of lots of different things. The camera, I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera, you know. Will they like it? Are they gonna think it's goofy? Whatever. It's okay if you do. Okay, I've just decided to add some kind of leaves, stems in here to add to our bouquet. And I think I'm going to speed you through this part because it's really just doing a line with a few little blobs on it for the leaves. And you know, if you are good at arranging flowers in real life, you'd be good at this. I'm not a natural floral arranger, so I'm just kind of thinking, where would I stick little stems? And I'm kind of filling up around the bottom too. Okay, and you know, I think it looks all right. I would buy this little bouquet of flowers, you know? Okay, so just zhuzh and try to stop if you can. Sometimes I have a problem with that. All right, now we're going to let that completely dry. And I'm coming in again with the magenta, trying to darken up the kind of center of each of these magenta flowers. And I don't like what I'm seeing again. It's just not enough of a contrast. So although looking back, it kind of is. It didn't feel like it in the process. But so now I'm like, I'm just going to paint it all in, which is silly because now they're getting so dark, and that's okay too. In the meantime, I'm going to work on the center of the yellow flowers, which is literally just coal black, and I'm doing a little dot to start with here. We can pretend maybe they're black-eyed Susans or something along those lines. Of course, this is loose and whimsical, so you can make these whatever you want. All right, now I've decided everything was looking, I don't know what it's looking, so I decided to add just a couple little more magenta kind of buds that have not bloomed yet and let those dry and then add little stems to those as well. Oops, got a little too much water on there. Okay, so just add the stems. You can, add more splatter if you want. You can do whatever you want to fill your bouquet to make it look the way you want it. All right, I'm liking how it's looking. I really like the brown part. We're going to work on that now with our little tie ribbon or twine or whatever we've got. Probably twine because it's brown. And I've just got more of the burnt brown on my brush and I'm kind of doing, a little smile. And I'm letting some of the paper show through on that just to kind of make it look like it's twine and, all right, just make it loose. Even though, again, I'm being so careful. Look, I'm like kind of trying to sketch it. I could have just gone loop, loop. I know how to make loops, but I'm scared sometimes. All right, just make a little bow. Just make it as cute as you want. All right. Oh, I just realized too, we have one more week in June. There's 5 Tuesdays in June, so I know exactly what we're painting next week. I'm kind of excited about it. So one more farmer's market find after this one. And yep, I'm liking the way the bow is looking there. I think I'll just make these a little bit wonkier and, one of them a little bit longer as well. I think because I feel like I'm losing sight of that one, so I'm just going to make it come down beyond the paper a little bit there. Okay, now I'm showing you this just to show you that I'm getting some deep violet on my brush. I know, plot twist here. Okay, because I'm trying to work on the centers of those magenta flowers again. And I'm going to speed you up pretty soon because I just keep not liking what I'm doing with these. Now, looking back, I'm like, you could have just left those, even though really from here it looks like black, just like the yellow ones. But we've got deep violet. And then I was like, maybe I'll just kind of swipe some lines in my flowers here. And so I start doing that. See what I'm trying to do? But I ended up hating it. So I'm going to show you. I just swipe, swipe, swipe. Don't like it. So then just with a little water on my brush, I'm blending them out. Now diluting that magenta even further, I'm going to show you how light this gets. See, these are the same three. These three, same color, just more water, more or less water, depending on which one. So going with the really light pink because I'm going to do some splatter, get my little scrap piece of paper situated to protect the brown paper, and just adding a very subtle layer of light pink suggestions of flowers, if you will. All right, And once that's all dry, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is back to our paper. And I'm just wanting to darken this up a little bit as well as add some texture to our paper. And so I'm starting just with that kind of bottom layer of the paper first and darkening it up just a bit. Truly, it was fine before. So when you see me kind of tweaking, maybe over tweaking, you don't have to do it. You can just stop while you're ahead. But I am, you can see, while that is all still wet, I'm adding some of that burned brown along the edges and again, kind of like where the shadow would be when the paper is folding over, just darkening it up a bit and blending it in here. Not sure if that's too much texture. I'll work on it. It's okay. You just gotta step back and see what you think. Okay, moving on to the other portion of the paper. I'm kind of adding some more color, but leaving light spaces as well, again, just to kind of add some interest, and decided to go back in over there and blend it in even more. It was looking maybe a little too textured on that right side. Okay, everything is dry, coming in with a size 5 black micron, and I'm going to outline everything. And I'll speed you up through this because I'm just outlining all of our little elements here. You can outline all of them, some of them, or none of them. It's really up to you because I think it looked really cute without them, but it's just my style and it's just my preference to add the pen details. Now I just scratch the lines in. I'm not trying to precisely outline anything. And now I've got my size 10 white jelly roll, which I love, and scratching those in as well. It's funny, I see white pen videos a lot, and people are struggling to find it. I love this pen so much, especially for my style. I'm not trying to do like precise lettering or anything. It works great for the way I like to scratch in the details. I'm not a huge fan of super solid lines, even though when I use my brush pen, I love how bold those lines are. It's a day and a mood, as they say. All right, that's all done. I am calling it good. Sweet little bouquet of flowers. I hope that you have time to paint, and I hope you can do some practice pieces too. All right, I am going to head over to the community section because I'm way behind on seeing all the things you guys have painted. So I'm going to try to catch up on that a little bit today. I don't think I can get all of them, but I'm going to try. All right, I hope to see you over there and have fun with this, and I'll see you next Tuesday.